I'm just gonna record this. I didn't post the other one because I ran out of time, but I'll be here after school, so I can post it if you guys need to look at this, especially with absences these days. But the reason this is 14 pi is because this rectangle would be like, say, if you had a coffee can or something, the paper wrapping, when you unwrap it, it wraps all around here. That's the circumference. That's this distance right here. The distance that gets wrapped around. And then the height is 20, so this is 280 pi. And so then you have the 280 pi plus, this is 49 pi, but there's two of them, so you have 98 pi. So altogether, what is that, 378, right? And the units are...
Wait, why does that say 1,000
centimeters?
Wait. Oh, and then we have to multiply by pi.
Right, and so there's, that's right, they multiply by pi. Sometimes they use the pi key, sometimes they don't. In your book, you should always use the pi key. So, will it be erased? Okay. So is that
Oh, yeah.
378
He's like,
times
oh,
pi?
Proverbs, like Proverbs.
So then round it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, someone said that.
Okay.
Yes.
I did not.
All right, boys and girls, stop fighting. Okay, so this one, you have, we ready to go on to the next one?
Wait, are we doing number 5?
Well, I didn't pull number 5, but I'd be happy to.
Yeah, we will.
Okay, so let's do 9 and then we'll do 5. Okay? So for this one, you have like this little cylinder inside that it's hollow, but from that little cylinder, you have a rectangle that's the height of this, but it's going to be like, so this distance, this red distance around is the circumference here, right? And then you have another rectangle that is this height, right? And it's longer because it has a longer distance to go, same height, but longer distance to go. And so you have that rectangle. And so like this circumference here is this distance here. And then you also have the top and the bottom, the annulus here. So there's two of those, and they are formed by the big circle minus the small circle. Right, so you have like a big circle, and then you're taking out a small circle, and there's two of them. Does that make sense? What I just did there?
I think that's what I did, but I still got it.
So those are all the pieces.
Yeah, that's theoretically.
So this right here is like that donut shape. The annulus. So what we know is that the circumference of the big circle, because D is 8, this is 8 pi. And then the little d is 4, so this is 4 pi. And then the height of these are 9. And then the circumference, the radius of the big circle is 4. The radius of the small circle is 2. Does that make sense? So then you have 36 pi, 72 pi. This is 16 pi, 4 pi. So you have 2 times 12 pi. Not 8. What should that be?
72.
72. And 36. And you add all of those up, so that's 24.
108 pi. That's 24 pi. These are 132 pi.
You add them all up.
Alpha 82. I wish.
And it's in centimeters. And they multiplied it out, but for the non-calculator test, you could leave it like that. Okay? So, stone, so stone is just surface area is pi r squared. That's for the base. And this is pi r L. That's for the cone when you unwrap it. L is the slant height. So this one's kind of just formulaic. Pi r squared is 9 pi. Pi r L is pi times the radius times the slant height.
Yeah,
So 24 pi. 9 pi. 33 pi. Make sense? Hmm?
Something I'm just saying. You're at
On the calculator test, would you like tell us what we have to?
So the bigger, more, what about the problem on the sideboard here? No problems there?
Oh, now that I see it, I can do it.
Okay.
Wait, what? You don't hold
It was like 10 or something? And this one,
That's one I got wrong.
Yeah, I've done that one twice and I'm trying both times.
all right, let me look at it. I'm seeing, let me read it. So, here, I'm gonna pause it while I read. So you shingled the whole house, that's a mistake.
I painted the
I think
floor.
that's
When
why
I-
it cost $4,000.
When okay, let's try, did you find your mistake, Benny? Okay, shh. So let's see if we can find it together. So we're gonna paint vertical surfaces, right? And we're gonna put shingles on the roof. So the roof gets shingles. No, just the roof, right? Because, and they tell you about the cost of the paint, $25 per gallon, and how much it covers. So that's all about vertical surfaces, right? But the shingles are $65 a bundle. And a bundle covers 100 square feet. You can't buy part of a bundle, it looks like. You have to buy a whole bundle. Do you know that? You have to buy like a whole gallon. So it looks like from there, we're going to ignore the floor altogether. Yeah? Right? So,
Yeah, I still painted.
no painting of the floor.
I accidentally.
Okay, and also, I'm assuming this is flat, right? This, it's not bent, like it kind of looks bent, like
That's what I
tilted,
thought.
but it's like the side of a barn, just straight up and down. So if we did painted surfaces first, you would have the front and the back. That would be this over here, to me.
I think I know what I did.
And then you would have the right and the left, right? So the right and the left is a 40 by 24. The way I'm seeing it, the 40 is in this drawing, but the 24 is in this drawing. Would you agree on that? So this is 24 times 4, so 96, so 960. And this is in feet, right?
Yeah, times 2.
And there's 2 of these. Right, one of them's 960, and there's two of them. So that part, everybody agrees with?
Yeah.
So over here, we have to get this piece. So this is 30 by 24, so 3 times 24 is 72. So it's just for one of them, so 720. Then you have a trapezoid. So really what you want are the bases, which is 30 and 12. So 30 plus 12 times the height of 12 divided by 2. So that's for one trapezoid. So this is 42 times 6. So 6 times 40 is 240. And 6 times 2 is 12. Check my math there. I'm getting 252 for this part right here.
That's right.
And that's in square feet. We agree with that?
Yeah.
So we got this little guy here. So the base is 12. And the height is
2.5.
38. So this is, what was that, 12 under there? 36? Yeah, 2.5. So 12 times 2.5 divided by 2, which is
15, but it's 2 of them, so it's 30.
12 is because it was given. So you have this triangle here. This is 12. This is 2.5. But I'm only doing one. I'm doing one face just because there's so many. So half the base is 6 times 2.5. So 12, 15. So this is 15 square units. So if I look at the front and the back, there's 2 of those. And the 3 numbers that I would add together are 15, 252, and 720.
Just kidding.
Do you see what?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to combine that with this guy right here. Okay. So, you know what's going to happen. Like that. So this is all vertical surfaces. So this is 2 times 252 and 720. We would get 972 here, right? Plus 15, which is what?
987.
Okay. 987. And then 2 times 960. What's 2 times 96?
192, right?
Right. So 1920, right? So then double.
182. Oh, never mind.
Right? Okay. Now add, so double 987. So 4, 6, 19. 1964 plus 1920. You guys checking my work?
No,
Any
but it's,
of
it's a 7.
like NHD project.
So you have to carry the ones from the
Where did I mess up? 7 and 7 is 14, carry the 1.
7.
Right. Right there. Thank you. 17, carry the 1.
3,000.
So add 1974, 1920.
3,000.
Yeah, I'm having some addition issues. Okay. 3,894 square feet.
Oh, he's 7.
You prop the door open. So with that, you have to use dimensional analysis. I can set that up in a minute. I'm gonna let the 6th graders come in. I'll pause it. Continue this. So
As a moment, if I forget my phone,
Everything's on the back.
and did you pass out worksheet?
Okay, so now we know that, I'm gonna bring in another page here. So it costs $25 per gallon of paint,
Right.
and it also covers 250 feet squared per gallon.
How are you reading that?
I'm squinting. Okay. So I know that I have to figure out how much it costs to paint 3,894 square feet.
Should we just divide by 25?
There's all different ways to do it.
You don't want to paint the roof.
What I was gonna
Are
do,
we on the roof? No, we're on the chain.
I'm just doing the paint. So there's more than one approach. So we can talk about that. I was thinking that you do have to figure out, do you mean by 250? You know that this is square feet, right? And you guys are in advanced science, right? So you know 1 gallon. Well, even in 8th grade science, don't you do some dimensional analysis?
Yeah. Why? Apparently.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how many sets. I know 1 gallon covers 250 square feet,
So
right?
why don't you just divide it 70? But
That is dimensional analysis. When you write it like that, do you not do that in science? It's just fractions, right? You are dividing because this 250's in the denominator.
right. Yeah.
So you're going to divide this into that.
Okay. So as
So the idea is that your feet squared cancel, right? Do we get that? So then I would pick up the calculator because this is an application problem, and you would divide it. But I think you get 3,894 divided by 250. But you have to buy 16 gallons because this turns out to be 15.5 something, right? 5.7.
Don't you always round up for this kind of
6 gallons, right? So it means that you need more than 15 gallons, but less than 16. So you have to buy 16 gallons. And so then, you know that 1 gallon costs $25, right? So you just multiply by $25.
Yeah.
The reason I'm writing it like this, you guys, is you should be able to like think dimensional analysis because you go into these advanced science classes next year and you have to set all your chemistry set up like that, where you set up little ratio tables. And in GWS class, you guys do that, right?
Yeah.
So you're really going to multiply 16 times 25, right? And then that's the cost for just the paint. So
is that
400,
I was
I
just
got
doing
4.
right? So $400 worth of paint. That's your paint.
that. And then the roof.
And then the roof is 4 rectangles, right?
Rectangle.
That's much easier, right? So when we go back to this page and we look at the roof, did you guys, Maddie, what'd you get for your roof pieces? Let's just jump ahead here. Can you tell me, like, this was 15 by 40, right?
Yeah.
And this one is 6.5 by 40? So what's 6.5 times 40? What's 6 times 40? 240, right?
Yeah.
And then half of 40, 20, so 260? Is that right? You guys looking at my numbers?
Yep.
And this is 600, right? So add those together and double them. That's 860. So the roof area, I'm getting,
17.
is 2 times 860.
17.
Yeah. So feet squared. You get that? Okay. So for shingles, then we know it's $65 a bundle and it covers 100 square feet. So the shingles, you take this, and we know one bundle
Goes, covers.
covers 100 square feet. So feet cancel. You like that calligraphy pen?
Yeah. Oh.
And you get, divide by 100, right? So 17.2 bundles. It's zoomed in so much, it's like super fat. So you have to buy 18, right?
Yeah.
And so each one costs 65?
Yeah.
Oh, you have a much better memory than I did. Okay, so 18 times $65, right? So, yeah. I gotta work that one out. So 600, 480, 50, 40. So 1,080 plus 90, 1,170. So this is $1,170 plus 400 from over the other page.
Yeah.
So is that the right answer that they got?
Yes, that's.
$1,570. That's like a test all by itself,
Oh, jeez.
I know. That was so long.
right? Or at least half of a test. But it's a perfect application problem. It's a perfect calculator problem.
Oh,
I couldn't give you very many of them.
I shingled the walls.
You shingled the walls.
And I also painted the roof.
Okay, I'm gonna
I
stop
painted
that.
the entire house and then I covered